Final Fantasy VII is a remake of a 1998 game. Our story is about a terrorist group fighting against a capitalist company that slowly drains the planet's life energy and destroys it. And it tells this story really well. I don't really have a deep connection to this game, unless you count the Electric Tifa SMV I-watching during my teenage years. I did play the original Final Fantasy VII for a while, but I had to drop it at some point. I don't fully remember why. Maybe I got stuck on a boss, or I couldn't figure out where to go. Either way, that's where I quit. And to be honest, I'm not even a fan of the original game. The combat mechanics felt really outdated, obviously. And at one point I even turned on cheats just to finish it faster. Like I said, I'm not a fan, but I have a massive respect for this game. For a 1998 title, it was big. The map was big, Tifa's boobs was big, and it had a ton of minigames. It even had that motorcycle fight. Sephiroth was insanely cool. I even bought him in Smash for $6. So yeah, of course a remake of such beloved game was going to happen. Let me say it straight. This game is really good. The pacing is amazing, they balance the combat and story scenes perfectly. I never got bored while playing. I'm gonna talk about some negatives soon, so don't get me wrong. The characters feel very genuine. I especially love Bear's performance, but they kinda overdid the emotional side. They are way too emotional sometimes. What are they even saying? And sometimes they just talk nonsense.
So, you know Tifa, right? It's not really my business, but are you guys close?
Is this really the time? You're literally in the middle of the terror attack. Thankfully, Square Enix is very thoughtful and they have added a 1.5x cutscene speed option, so you can fast forward through the torture parts. There are two useless features I love in games. Space, home decoration, collecting the game's soundtrack and listening to it in a music player. It makes me feel like I'm actually living inside of the game, and this game lets you do the second one. The music is great, but hearing the same tracks over and over got tiring after a while. They use it so much. Visually, the game is sometimes stunning and sometimes ugly, but the atmosphere is really good. They portray the two-layered world beautifully. I genuinely felt like I was in the middle of a huge world. There were moments where I just sat down and looked around. Man, I think I attacked to games too much. Even seeing discounted items felt nice, like there's an actual system or loop inside the world. By the way, I only bought those. I finished the game with 50,000 gil units. You can also buy materia and stuff. They add abilities to your characters and let you shape your builds however you want. But from what I've seen, the best build is just making everyone a healer. The way you use spells and items is similar to the original turbo system. As you deal damage, you feel a gauge that lets you perform an action. It feels pretty fast, so it's not exactly turn-based. Then you choose magic or items, up to you. One thing I love in RPGs is having tons of different item types. This game doesn't really have that, like instead of just a potion that heals 100 HP, there could be another that heals 150 HP. Let me grind for it. The one thing I absolutely hate, boss fights. I swear, I hated every single one of them. They take 10 plus minutes and some are just broken, you can't even dodge properly. Honestly, dodging is useless in this game. You're getting hit no matter what. So yeah, do what I said. Make everyone a healer. Another thing I hated almost as much, motorcycle minigames. So boring. But you know what's worse? Motorcycle boss fights. As for difficulty, I think it's pretty balanced. I actually died a few times, which is rare in a non-Souls-like AAA game. And one last thing, if you look like Tifa, please follow me on Twitter.